Amanda Sinclair is a fictional character in one of the longest-running American daytime TV series in the history of television, The Young and the Restless. Her first appearance in the series caused a huge stir because she had an uncanny resemblance to Hilary Curtis, who was one of the impactful characters killed off in the show. As most soap opera plots go, Amanda turned out to be the long-lost twin sister of Hilary, but their similarities ended with their identical physical attributes and with their taste in men. Other than that, they were quite the opposite of each other. The CBS network referred to The Young and the Restless, Y&R, as one of their flagship TV series, as it continuously dominated the TV ratings in the daytime drama genre. It had been the #1 soap opera for 32 years. It was created by William J. Bell and Lee Phillip Bell and made its TV premiere on 26 March 1973. In the first few years, the storyline revolved around two families, the affluent Brooks family and the regular working-class Foster family. However, major changes were made along with recasts in the following seasons, as the creators introduced new families such as the Williamses and the Abbotts. Some even doubted if the audience would be able to relate to new plots due to the significant shift in the narrative, but viewers were hooked. Over the years, other families were added, such as the Newmans, Barbers Winters, Baldwin's Fishers, and the Chancellors. They even had the longest feud in TV drama, the Jill Abbott versus Catherine Chancellor rivalry, which ultimately spanned 4 decades. For the past 49 seasons, so many things have happened on set, some of them truly fascinating. Here are just some of them. The over-the-top, sometimes unbelievable storylines of soap operas might have attracted millions of loyal viewers around the world, but there were those who found them uncool or tacky. For this reason, many were completely surprised that some of the coolest major Hollywood stars were at some point involved with the show, such as Tom Selleck, David Hasselhoff, Eva Longoria, and Paul Walker, and not just there for guest appearances, but for a time were part of the regular cast. Loyal fans of the daytime series couldn't believe it when it was revealed that the character of Victor Newman wasn't meant to stay that long in the drama series, but was created just to push certain dramatic narratives in the plot. The writers definitely didn't anticipate that the character would have such an impact on the audience that it became one of the most popular. His character became synonymous with the show, and most fans would say that it wouldn't be Y&R anymore if Victor Newman wasn't part of it. For some networks, shows that aired for 10 years were already a huge deal, but it would be a really impressive feat if a TV series lasted for several decades as Y&R has. On the 1st of December 2020, it reached the rare milestone of airing its 12,000th episode on TV, just the 5th daytime series to do so in the entire history of US TV. The producers celebrated this epic achievement for a week by including many flashbacks of some of the most favorite scenes and characters in the show. Fans were delighted to watch the classic love story of the legendary super couple Nikki and Victor Newman unfold again on their screens. This series' theme song, Cotton's Dream, which was composed by Perry Botkin Jr. and Barry Dvorak, was originally created for the 1971 film Bless the Beast and the Children. It later became popularly associated with the 14-year-old Olympic gymnast Nadia Comaneci, as ABC Network used the song when they aired again her outstanding Summer Olympics performance, in which she scored the first perfect 10 in gymnastics. It became known as Nadia's Theme and was released as a single, which charted at number 8 on Billboard. Most characters in a long-running daytime series are portrayed by several actors for various reasons, such as illness, a much-needed vacation, an accident, or contract disagreement. The role of Amanda Sinclair was portrayed by 2 actors, Michelle Morgan for most of the series and Carla Mosley for a brief period in 2021. Michelle is a Trinidadian-Canadian actress who started her career in a recurring role in the Canadian teen drama The Best Years from 2008 to 2009. It was followed by a support role, but as a regular cast member in the TV sitcom Family Biz. She then pursued a movie career and landed support roles in Hollywood with movies such as Kevin Spacey's Casino Jack 2010 and Colin Farrell's Total Recall in 2012. She was seen in several other American TV series too, including Backpackers, Supernatural, and The Listeners. Her life changed with her big break, which came in 2013, when she was cast as Hilary Curtis in Y&R, which she played until 2018. She could have continued playing the character and wouldn't have been killed off if not for unsuccessful contract negotiations between the network executives and her agent. Everyone thought it was the end of Michelle's journey with the daytime series, so fans were surprised to see her back on the screen as the character Amanda Sinclair. For this role, she won the Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series in 2022 and made history by being the first Black actress to win the award. She left the series briefly sometime in 2021 following an accident in which she needed emergency eye surgery for detached retina, but returned to the set after she'd recovered. When Michelle Morgan was temporarily out of commission, the Y&R producers hired Carla Mosley in her place. Fans of Y&R were shocked when they saw another actress portraying the role at that time, thinking that she'd permanently replaced Michelle. From 2013 to 2020, Carla was seen regularly by daytime series fans in The Bold and the Beautiful as the ex-con gold digger and social climber Maya Avant. She was also part of the radio and TV soap opera Guiding Light, playing Christina Bordeaux for a year in 2008 and 2009. The introduction of Amanda's character in Y&R initially confused viewers, as well as other characters in the series. The role was portrayed by the same actress who everyone knew as the dead character Hilary Curtis. Amanda was a lawyer by profession and was hired by Chance Chancellor to provide legal assistance on the validity of the new will that bequeathed most of Catherine Chancellor's estate to Kane Ashby. Here are some of the highlights of how she discovered her real identity over the years she spent in the city of Genoa. Due to Amanda's striking resemblance to Hilary Curtis, who'd created so much havoc in the lives of many people in Genoa when she was still alive, they naturally didn't want anything to do with her. Amanda's mere presence stirred old memories that most of them wanted to stay buried. One of the most affected was Hilary's husband, Devin Hamilton, but she insisted to everyone that she wouldn't be there, if not for the case that she was working on at the time. One of Amanda's newfound friends in Genoa, Phyllis Summers, encouraged her to start dating again, and she went out with Dr. Nate Oliver Hastings Jr. As the two became closer, he invited her to donate blood, and Nate discovered that she shared the same rare blood type with her lookalike Hilary. She didn't believe much in coincidences, so had a DNA test done secretly, which confirmed that they were identical twins. Close friends and relatives of Hilary, most especially Devin, were curious about Amanda's possible relationship to his late wife. Unbeknownst to them, Amanda already knew the truth and befriended everyone close to Hilary, even those who hated her departed sister, just to get more information about the family. Amanda discovered that her biological mother wasn't Rose Turner, but Naya Benedict. At first, she was hesitant to confront Naya, as she discovered that her mother had another daughter named Imani. Her estranged sister approached her first and told her not to bother Naya. Imani refused to believe her claim and thought that she was just out to scam them due to Naya's affluent family background. Mother and daughter eventually met, and Amanda found out that Rose was a distant cousin of her mother, whom they paid to take the twins. However, Rose could only take care of one child, so she raised Hilary and left Amanda on the doorstep of a fire station. Apparently, at the time, Naya was still in college, and her family felt that it was the best thing for her because she was still too young to handle such a responsibility. The decision to secretly give the children away for adoption helped them avoid any scandal that would have besmirched the family name. The subsequent reunion was far from what Amanda imagined it would be, as her mother initially didn't want their relationship out in the open. Naya had told her that given the circumstances, they needed to keep their distance from each other. Apparently, even after decades had passed, Naya was still trying to please her family. Amanda was quite heartbroken, especially since her mother had raised another daughter who didn't seem any younger than her. It heightened her abandonment issues, and she berated her mother for not revealing that her twin sister had already passed away. On the day she confronted her mother about the details surrounding her identity, Imani stopped the conversation when Naya became distraught. Imani filed a restraining order against Amanda, even though her identity had already been confirmed by Naya. Her mother was quite apologetic to Amanda that her other daughter would go to such extremes, but Amanda refused to accept her explanation, saying that after all that had been said and done, her mother was still letting other people dictate to her. Even though Amanda knew she could fight the restraining order, she felt it wasn't worth her time and effort. She didn't want to be part of her biological family any longer. So after all that happened, Amanda was surprised when her mother tried to reconnect with her. Later on, it was revealed that she wanted her to represent Amanda's grandfather, Sutton Ames, who was charged with killing her biological father, Richard Nealon. Initially, everything went well, as her grandfather finally welcomed her into the family. Even Imani, who was also a law graduate but hadn't taken her bar exam, helped her with the legal case. However, as more secrets were revealed, Amanda set up her grandfather with the help of Victor Newman to get to the truth of who killed Richard. They were able to record her grandfather saying what he'd done to Richard, the details surrounding his death, then submitted the pieces of evidence to the district attorney. It wouldn't be a successful daytime series without multiple complicated relationships. Here are some of the men Amanda was involved with during her stay in Genoa. Y&R fans thought that Amanda would end up as Billy Abbott's girlfriend after he helped her when she was being harassed by a drunken patron in a bar during her first weeks in Genoa. Something clicked between them that night, and they continued to hang out as friends. Later on, Billy started confiding in her and asked for advice on his personal issues. When he broke off with his girlfriend, Victoria Newman, Amanda point-blank asked him if he was interested in her, which he denied. They shared a kiss later on to test the waters, but it didn't develop into anything deeper. They were each other's confidants, and their friendship grew stronger over the years. One of the reasons why Devon and the rest of the people in Genoa couldn't find photos and information about Amanda online when she first came to the city was because she had them deleted from the internet. At that time, she was running away from Ripley Turner, her ex-husband, who was physically and emotionally abusive towards her. However, Ripley tracked her down and followed her to Genoa. During a party for Victor Newman, Amanda and Victoria wore identical dresses, which led Ripley to believe that Victoria was Amanda when he arrived at the party. So it was a case of mistaken identity. When Victoria was stabbed by Ripley that night, he slipped away, but it didn't take long for him to be arrested and jailed. When Amanda confirmed that she was the twin sister of Hilary, she gravitated towards Devon, as she wanted to discover more about her sister. At that time, Devon's girlfriend, Elena, became suspicious of the constant communication between the two. Due to her insecurity, Elena cheated on him with Nate and then broke up with Devon, which led him to start a romantic relationship with Amanda. However, it was a complicated situation because Devon and Elena still had feelings for each other. Later on, Amanda accidentally discovered that the two were still sleeping together when she found Elena's bracelet on Devon's couch, so broke up with him. Amanda and Devon eventually reunited with a mutual promise that they'd be fully committed to making the relationship work. Devon was the sperm donor of Abby's baby through surrogacy. When Abby had an emotional downturn period after she learned that her husband went missing overseas during an undercover mission, Devon took care of the baby, and Amanda helped him with his custody battle with the mother of the baby. Apparently, when Hilary was still alive, they lost the baby through a miscarriage, so it was important for him to fight for the right to be the parent who would take care of the child. Following several spoilers that CBS posted, viewers believe that Amanda will soon be pregnant. She and Devon might be altar-bound, since it would present a stable family vibe to the courts as Devon would continue to fight for custody of his son. Amanda's professional career had been thriving as she continued winning her cases. Fans felt that a surprise baby at this time of her life would create havoc with her plans, especially since Devon would be overprotective of her due to the traumatic experience that he had with his ex-wife's pregnancy. Then, this is a soapy, so it's inevitable that there are more surprises in store for the eager viewership. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.